Are we good, ladies and gentlemen? Who's ready for today's chapter? I know I am, so let's go ahead and get this started. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. Don't worry, I won't be wearing my Death Watch helmet for today. I just wanted to see the expression on your faces when I took my background off, and you didn't see my face, but just good old Death Watch. So, yeah, I just wanted to show that off just a little bit, because this is a good helmet! It's good! But it's good to see everyone here. Not only that, but I wanted to show off my slick fade as well. So, let me go ahead and put my helmet up a little bit on my pedestal. It's good to see all of you! Oh my goodness, I am so happy for today because not only do we get a new chapter of One Piece in My Hero Academia, but we also get the 1000th episode of One Piece. So many milestones for this entire series. Episode 1 is where it began. Episode 10 is where we meet Django the Hypnotist. Episode 100 is when Vivi and the rest of the Straw Hat crew are heading towards Alabarna and Alabasta, and we find out about Koza and find out that Koza is the leader of the rebel army that's currently going on in that entire arc. And then we have episode 1000. Oh, I cannot wait to react to it. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and react to the newest chapter of One Piece because we've been on break. And now we get to see what happens today. Chapter 1032, Odin's Beloved Blade. Reader requests, Black Cats and Yamato making deliveries by Kokoro Fukada. Fukada. So, yeah, it's like the image says. Yamato is making some deliveries with some cats here to a nice old lady at the top of the hill. Ah, such a wholesome Yamato moment. So, and we start off with Izo traveling with Marco. Well, it's more so Marco is currently carrying Izo. Even though we tend to see Marco in his Phoenix form sometimes, it's not very often we see his Phoenix form and he's talking in it. He's either partially transformed, either transforming his arms or transforming his feet into Phoenix talons or Phoenix wings, but it's not too often we get Marco in his Phoenix form and he's speaking as well. But he's speaking to Izo, saying, So what's going on, Izo? Why am I carrying a wounded man around? And then Izo says, sorry, it's just that message earlier. The outcry about an enormous apparition has me feeling uneasy. Where was that enemy before? And Marco says, sounds like the castle is on fire. Be careful, Izo. I know. And Marco is flying out in the distance as it shows Big Mom, since she took a portion of her own soul and she's grown huge, she's currently just walking through the foreground right now. And then we got the Beast Pirate saying, the samurai are blocking the exit. Bring out the cannons! We're going to burn alive if we don't get through to the open. Second basement level. We got Scratchman. Wait, young Master Yamato, heal me out. I'm busy right now. Don't follow me. And then there's Drake saying, Apu, haven't you learned your lesson yet? And it shows Fuga, one of the numbers, who's chasing after Yamato right now. And the thing with Fuga is a partially transformed member of the numbers, which means he's sort of like a centaur. He has like a horse lower body, but then the upper half of, the humanoid numbers that we tend to see already. Ah, it's the numbers! Fuga! Oh, wait, Yamato is addressing Fuga. Yamato knows Fuga. Fuga, it's nice to see you again, but I'm in a hurry. Fuga. And Fuga's just traveling with her. And then we get some announcements. Announcement to all sectors from the second floor. The enormous fire monster is heading to the basement. What? And someone is falling off of the higher level. And it's Brooke and Robin, and they fall into the hair of Fuga. Huh? A cushion? No, this is hair. And this is Robin saying this as she's still huffing and puffing. And CP0 jumps off to chase after them. See, there's so much going on right now. Izo traveling with Marco, Big Mom just stabbing in the background, Yamato traveling and Fuga's following her, Drake coming after Apu, and now we got Brook and Robin jumping off of the higher levels to get down to the lower levels, while CP0's chasing after them. And then, but Brook is saying, huh? A cushion? No, this is hair. And then Brook says, whose hair? But he just says whose, not whose hair. I just added that on. My apologies. But CP0 chases down after him and launches. And Brook says, here they come. And Robin says, we'll just have to fight. And as they're jumping down, that same drawing, that fire monster that Kanjuro. I was drawing a blank on his name because there's so many Japanese anime characters and manga characters that names start with K. I literally drew a blank on saying Kanjuro's name. But the monster that Kanjuro conjured up is right behind these CP0 members. And Robin says, huh? Hold on, what is that? And the main dude, the dude with the white mask and the white eye and the bowler cap, he's looking back like, huh? And they both get engulfed by this monster and they're both set on fire. Wow. And the monster touches down into the hall where it shows Fuga, it shows Scratchman, it shows Drake as it comes down. Its goal is unknown. It keeps moving forward. Huh? It's huge. That's the fire creature they're talking about. And Yamato is still running, and she's looking back. What is that thing? It's passing through walls. Going lower? Because whatever is going on with this monster is just going straight towards the basement for some reason. And then Yamato realizes that as it's going through all of these floors, oh, if it goes any further down, no, anything but that. And it shows in this panel that if this fire creature keeps going down, it's going to go down to the bottom where the armory is. And that's the place with all the explosives. If it gets down there, it's going to blow up Onigashima before Onigashima could even drop. So now we got two problems. We got the issue of Onigashima potentially dropping on the Flower Capital, but now because of Kanjuro, we have this fire monster just burning its way down to the basement, which would just set off the island exploding. No, anything but that. The entire island's going to explode. Fuga, I need your help. Fuga. And Fuga's going to help her out. One of the numbers is going to help out Yamato. That's nice. And we cut back to Brook and Robin, with Robin saying, CP0's on the other side of the flames. They'll be after us again soon. Let's hurry. And then one of the CP0 members just gets out of the fire. They just step out of the fire like they just get out of the fire. They were engulfed in flames, but they just get up like nothing just happened to them. And then the CP0 member with the bowler hat just looks over at Apu, and he's all like, huh? And Apu starts shooting at him, saying, lapdogs of the Celestial Dragon spotted in Kaido's castle. What a scoop this is. I bet Morgans will pay big for these pics. Oh, wait. Is he taking pictures? Yeah, he's taking pictures. I thought he was shooting him, but he's actually taking pictures with a Den Mushi, or like a camera Mushi. Den camera? A Den camera. After losing their arms broker Doflamingo, the government has finally stooped to, and then the bowler hat guy says, don't get in over your head. And in an instant, he bodies Apu. He bodies him with one hit. Apu is bloodied and on the ground unconscious. Yo! All the things that happened to Apu during the course of Onigashima, from getting slammed with Punk Gibson by Kid and all the damage he suffered, This CP0 member just said like, son, this is how you knock somebody out. Hits Apu one time and just straight knocks. You got knocked the heck out. Just lays him out. Knocked dust from him. And Apu ain't moving. And then Drake comes in saying, Apu. And then the same CP0 bowler, I'm going to call him bowler CP0, bowler hat CP0, says, Diaz Drake, do you think we're not aware of exactly who you are? And then Drake says, then why don't you start with some excuses? And then the guy says, inconvenient truths are meant to be erased. And he tries to use finger pistol on him. Shigun! But before the guy can do that, Apu is awake. And then hits the CP0 guy with his Devil Fruit boom power. Well, it's not his Devil Fruit boom power, but with boom from his Devil Fruit. And knocks the guy back. And Apu gets up. Man, that hurt, stupid government assassins. Oh, you're still alive. Yeah, I know how to use a little thing called armament hockey, idiot. They're gonna pay now. Oh, so now we know that Apu can use armament hockey. That's how he survived getting punched in the face by this guy. Okay, Scratchman knows a little bit of hockey. Now we know. Now we officially know. Yeah, I know how to use a little thing called armament hockey, idiot. They're gonna pay now. And you're in the Navy, aren't you? Shut up. Are you in or are you out? They started this fight. No, you did. And then the CP0 members who were chasing after Brooke and Robin are now standing in front of Scratchman and Drake. And Apu gives his answer by saying, of course I'm in! And Drake goes full Allosaurus and they both attack the CP0 members. So now CP0 has to contend with both Apu and Drake before they can even try and resume their chase with Robin. Yo! Diaz, Drake, and Apu are no longer fighting each other. So much for that being resolved. That's just left open-ended now. Now they're just fighting with each other. Outside the dome, Zoro versus King. And remember, this chapter is called Odin's Beloved Blade. This is going to be a Zoro chapter. Come on now, come on. We got to find out what's underneath King's mask. Don't think I forgot about that. But we have Zoro versus King on the outside, and it shows King flying in the air in his Pteranodon form as Zoro is still on the ground. And then King starts to pull his head back. He starts pulling... What the... Okay, so Queen is not the only weird ancient Zoan type. King is pulling on the crest that forms when he turns into a Pteranodon. He starts pulling on it, and it actually starts pulling his head in. You know how Luffy pulls his hands in when he goes Gear 4th, and it just pushes itself into his fist? His whole face is a Pteranodon, which means it's a very long, pointed beak. King pulls his crest back, and it starts to pull his whole face into itself until it's flat. And Zoro is huffing and puffing, thinking, huh? So he's supposed to pull on the back of his crest like that? And then King is pulling his face back as far as it can go. And then he says, Imperial, Deep Pride, Steak! And... what did he do? Did something shoot out of King's face? Because he pulls it back and then his head, from the massive amounts of tension, shoots forward, and whatever shot out of his face, I don't know if his face shot out or if something came out of his face as a way of like a shockwave attack, because when he says steak, whatever shoots out pretty much explodes the area with concussive force, and Zoro just barely manages to not get hit by it. How can you block that? It's like a laser beam. And then King starts speaking. The Pteranodons of the ancient past hunted their prey just like this. I don't don't think pteranodons pulled their crests back on their heads and then shot their faces forwards. You and I have a very different history of what actual pteranodons can do. And then Zoro's still fighting him, saying, "Darn it, I had no idea." And then Zoro charges up a 360-pound phoenix and shoots it at King. And King starts shooting at Zoro, but Zoro manages to dodge it, saying, "I gotta figure out a way to land a hit, otherwise I'm just wearing myself out." I'm guessing that flame on your back is another Pteranodon feature. And then King says, "It's not." "It's not?" "I'm tired of this guy lording it over me. I gotta knock him down to the ground first. 3-sword style." And then King zooms in on him, but then Zoro hits him with a black rope dragon twister. Kokuto o Tatsumaki! And King gets caught up in it, but he shields himself by using his wings from the entire attack. He's blocking the slashes with his wings. So between the dragon and the dinosaurs, you guys soak up damage like nobody's business, huh? And then King says, "True, but in my specific case, it goes even beyond that." I'm sorry. Is King trying to tell us that he's gone full segunda etapa? Is he saying he's gone beyond what an actual Zoan can actually do? Excuse me? Imprisoned Murcielago? Segunda etapa? Have you gone beyond? True, but in my specific case, it goes even beyond that. Fine, I'll give you a sword fight. I do enjoy a good duel. And they're clashing with one another. And then Zoro says, there's a lot of text in all of these panels. I've hit him with a few slashes, yet he's not bleeding. His wings move, so I know they're not ornamental. But I can't be sure if he can use them to fly. The flames keep burning on his back. I assume they were part of his powers, but apparently they are not. Is he a fish man? Giant blood? No, I bet it's from some race I've never heard of. And as he's clashing with King, King knocks him back into a nearby rock pillar with such force that Zoro almost drops the sword out of his mouth. That's how hard he hit Zoro. He just 1-inch punched him with extreme force backwards. And King is just looking at him. I gotta solve whatever this is, or else I'm not gonna be able to beat him. And Zoro's just on his back, just huffing and puffing, still tired. Huh? What's that sound? A shamisen. No, that can't be right. And he's looking at Odin's sword Enma, and there's an aura coming off of Enma, and it's hissing. And then all of a sudden, Enma wakes up. Hold up. What is going on? Wait a minute. Hold on. What is going on? And then all of a sudden, his sword just erupts. And it starts to drain Zoro of his haki. Enma wakes up and starts draining Zoro of his haki. Enma is treasure. And then we cut back to the repository. And then we cut to Orochi. Huh? Shamisen playing? That's nonsense. In the midst of battle, what trick is this? It's coming from the next room. And then he crawls over to the door. And he looks through the door. Ah, it's so bright. Someone's in there. Is it an enemy? Do they know I'm here? And as he looks through, snot comes out of his nose. He starts sweating. And as he looks, yo, someone called it. Who was it? You may not remember, but someone called who was here on Oniga. Someone called who was here on Onigashima that healed Kinemon. We thought it was a nail, but it wasn't, because the person was too small. Hiyori? What is Hiyori doing on Onigashima? Why is Hiyori on Onigashima right now? Why is she there? Why is she there? Why is she there? And she's playing the shamisen. And why is Hiyori there on Onigashima right now? She chilling. She chilling by herself. What is she doing there? But Orochi sees her and says, Komurasaki? Oh, have I died and gone to heaven? Or is this just a dream? Since that terrible day, I have not spent a night without dreaming of you, my dear. I cannot forget you. And then Hiyori is there, and she's smiling, saying, Neither can I, my lord. I am always, always by your side. And then the chapter ends with Orochi just crying his eyes out, saying, If this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. What is going on here? This can't be real. She can't be there. There's no way. This is not real. This is an illusion. This can't be real. What is going on? Okay, we kind of need to talk. We kind of need to talk just a little bit. So there's a whole bunch of things going on. Let's cover the basics so that I don't keep you guys here too long than I already have. So Yamato is just running through the entire castle, trying to get towards the basement in order to, I guess, deal with all the explosives that are down there. But the little drawn creature that Kanjuro made is making its way down to that very same basement. Yamato realizes this and tries to, try and beat it there with the help of Fuga, one of the numbers that's traveling with her. Because apparently Yamato knows Fuga, and I guess they're good friends or acquaintances or whatever, and Fuga's just traveling with Yamato. He's not chasing after Yamato for, antagonistic reasons, but he's traveling with her. So Yamato now has Fuga traveling with her, so there's just an extra helping hand for her. Then we have Apu versus Drake, and that is interrupted because as Fuga's traveling with Yamato, Brook and Robin drop down into Fuga's hair, and they drop down to the ground with CP0 close on their heels. Before CP0 can deal with Brook and Robin, however, they get engulfed by the flames of the little drawn fire creature that Kanjuro created, and they both fall to the ground. So Brook and Robin are able to get away from them momentarily. But when it looks like Apu is trying to take some pictures so he can sell it to Morgan's, CP0 bodies Apu, and then they try to clash with Drake just a little bit, but before he can do that, Apu wakes back up, uses his Devil Fruit power to knock the CP0 guy back, and that's where the verses between Apu and Drake get put on hold as they both decide to fight alongside each other to take on CP0. So no more DS Drake versus Scratchman Apu anymore. It is now DS Drake and Scratchman versus CP0. So that's going on. Big Mom is just out being a giant someplace. Then it cuts to Zoro, who's facing off against King, who is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, shaving off and resisting every attack that Zoro has been attempting to hit him with. And then we see a new attack from King called Imperial Deep something. Hold on. Let me go back. An Imperial Deep Pride Steak. So let me pull up King in One Piece and figure out what this attack is called. and why it's called that, because I'm confused about what this attack actually is. I can't tell if his head is just shooting forward extremely fast, or if he's... Let me see. Or if he's actually shooting a projectile out. So I want to find out the name of this attack so we can clear this up right now. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So all of his attacks are basically kind of like some food names a little bit. Because we already seen Imperial Archer, but Imperial Deep Fried Steak is called Tempura Don. Like tempura, but the end of Pteranodon. So, what this is a powerful melee attack used by King in his full Pteranodon form. He pulls back on his head crest with one arm, stretching his face flat and causing his beak to retract into his face. He then lets go of the crest to let his head fling forward at extreme speed, almost like a slingshot, over a distance several times the length of his body to strike his opponent with massive force. Okay, so his neck does stretch. It's not him shooting a projectile out. His head just stretches from the massive tension and recoil of him shooting his head forward. Ancient Zoans are weird. He then lets go of the crest to let his head fling forward at extreme speed, almost like a slingshot, over a distance several times the length of his body, to strike his opponent with massive force, presumably using his beak to pierce him. When using this attack against Zoro, the swordsman was hardly able to dodge and unable to block the attack, comparing it to a beam. A physical attack that is reminiscent of a laser beam. Are we going on break? I look at Viz, and it doesn't say so. It says we have the regular, normal amount of days for One Piece. It doesn't say we go on break. It doesn't. I mean, we could, for all intents and purposes, go on break from this chapter, but it doesn't say that we do. It just says to be continued on the regular pages themselves. They've done away with saying, like, the next date is going to be available, and then people are waiting, wait, where's the chapter out? And then we find out there's a break. So they've resolved to just saying to be continued at the end of the page. But Viz does not list the next chapter as going on another break. We're getting another chapter next week. That's exactly what it's saying. But King is fighting Zoro. Zoro's not able to really damage the guy. Zoro's trying to figure out what is it about King that's not allowing him to actually do any damage to him. And then as he's fighting King, King manages to punch Zoro into a nearby rock pillar and almost knock him out. That's how strong King is. And the thing is, King hits Zoro in his regular human form. He's not in his Pteranodon form when he does this. He knocks back Zoro just using his regular human form, and Zoro almost gets knocked out. You see the blade pretty much leave his... Actually, the blade did leave his mouth. He hit Zoro hard enough for Zoro to drop the blade from his mouth. And as this is going on, Emma starts reacting to apparently a shamisen playing, and that's when Emma just immediately wakes up and starts draining forcibly draining the haki from Zoro's arm. You see his arm shrivel up to basically my size. I mean, Zoro's arms are a lot bigger than mine, but it basically... Actually, you know what? My regular arm is about maybe about a little bit slightly larger than Zoro's arm when it gets emancipated by Enma's haki draining capabilities. But his arm shrinks up really small because Enma starts draining him of his haki due to the shamisen that's playing. And it just gets engulfed in like this little aura. And Zoro's wondering like, what's going on here? Because originally, Zoro pretty much had this blade under control right now. But under the effects of the shamisen playing, it's almost like the spirit of Odin has awakened into this blade and is reacting to the shamisen playing right now. And it's all like, I hear the song of my lord, his favorite song, but the person holding me is not my lord. Who are you? And starts draining him of his haki. And it cuts to the treasure repository where Orochi is hiding out, and he hears the same sound. And as he's looking through the doors trying to find out where this song is coming from, we find out that Hiyori is sitting up in Onigashima just playing her shamisen right now. And she's just chilling. And Orochi's all like, I saw you die. I haven't been able to live with myself. Please don't leave me, baby, please. And he's wondering if this is a dream. And then Hiyori responds, Orochi says, I cannot forget you. And Hiyori says, neither can I, my lord. I am always, always by your side. And then Orochi is just beside himself, just snot running out his nose, bawling with tears as he says, if this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. I have so many questions, but at the same time, I cannot feel. I cannot. I can't help but feel like this doesn't feel real. What is Hiyori doing there? I mean, if that actually is Hiyori there, it would explain how Kinemon and the rest of them were able to be patched up, and Bao Huang wasn't able to discern who it was. That would explain that angle. But if this is just some illusion, then I wonder who's casting it. But that's the angle I'm leaning with. Either this is not real, and then Orochi is just having delusions of grandeur, or this is actually Hiyori, and she somehow managed to get into Onigashima undetected by anyone, and has just been chilling as this entire war's been going on. And nobody knew. So either Hiyori has some above Shinobu level ninja skills, or someone let her in. There's so many questions. I have so many questions. So many questions. How do you, Oda. Only Oda would make me get out of my seat like this and make me question more than I would think. Out of all the people to show up on Onigashima right now, I already called Tama. I already called Tama being there. I believe one of y'all said that it was going to be, Hiyori on there, but I thought, like, there's absolutely no way Hiyori was going to be on there. But one of y'all did say it, and y'all said it way back before Kinemon and the rest of them could even get back up again, and that was chapters ago. I can't remember exactly what chapter it was when Law teleported them into the treasure repository, and then someone healed them up. I can't remember all the way back then, but one of y'all did say that it was Hiyori. Like, what if it is Hiyori? One of y'all called this. And we didn't really stick with it. Did I see the One Piece Red trailer? I have not. I need to watch that when I get the chance. I haven't seen it. I'll check it out when I get the chance. But I was actually kind of expecting to get back to Sanji hitting Queen with Hell Memories from the last chapter. That's kind of what I was expecting, but it's nice that Zoro got a little bit of a showcase, because now Zoro's got to deal with Enma reacting to the shamisen playing out on Onigashima, and him forcibly draining him of haki in this fight with a very powerful individual. That's not good. That's not good for Enma to be reacting the way it is against Zoro, draining him of haki, making Zoro slightly weaker as a result as he's fighting King. This is a very serious situation. Because Zoro himself says, I gotta figure out how to beat this guy, otherwise I am not going to beat him at all. And now we got Enma reacting, draining Zoro of haki, like he doesn't already has one thing to deal with. Now he's got to deal with his own sword backfiring on him, draining him of haki against his will in the middle of a big fight. This is a serious thing for Zoro. You guys already know this, but I'm just reiterating that Zoro needs to figure something out, or he ain't gonna face off against Mihawk again. But this was a good chapter. This got me out of my chair. Because I am quite beside myself with the development of what this narrative is carrying along. I'm happy. I enjoyed this chapter. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed it. I can't wait to check out episode 1000 for One Piece. What I intend to do with that is I intend to just show my entire reaction and not cut anything out. That's what I want to do. I want to record my entire reaction to watching the entire episode, nothing cut. Hopefully, I do it in a way where it doesn't get copyright claimed and blocked by Toei. But if I do it right, I should be able to have my whole reaction up. If not, then it'll just be the regular one. But I heard some theories that Shanks will die because they make a movie. Because they make a movie about him, and that makes me think, what if Shanks was the one who died on Marijois? Shanks left before the whole thing went down with Marijois. I highly doubt he would stick around on Marijois and get killed that way. There's absolutely no way you're going to cut out a person that pretty much jump-started the series for us in One Piece and then just kill him off screen. Ain't no way. Just be careful of copyright claims. Maybe have a timer and no screen. You know what? Nah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do it the regular way. It just seems too risky. It just seems too risky. It's too risky. It's too risky. It sounded good in my head, but as I think about it, there's a reason why I cut my stuff the way I do for my reactions. Is because I had to avoid the whole copyright thing. I'll just do it as normal, but I'll keep the highly animated parts that I react to. I'll keep those up, but I'll just do my episode as normal. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the whole episode. Some people have been able to do whole episodes on their channels, but I'm not everybody. So we'll worry about that later. But this was a great chapter. Zoro, you gotta figure something out. Otherwise, Emma's gonna drain you of all your haki, and then you're not gonna be able to fight against King at your highest. And then why the heck is Hiyori on Onigashima? There's just so much going on. It's gonna be a hot minute before we resolve all the major things that are going on in Onigashima right now. But I'm all here for it. And seeing as how the chapter says we are not going on break next week, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about y'all, but One Piece is getting real good, and I love this entire story. But can we get a One Piece Red live reaction teaser? Is 30 seconds long. Okay. Let me see if I can do this live. I know I can do this live. Let me just find it. Okay. Let me do this then. Let me see. One Piece Film Red. All right, so we have a teaser trailer, 31 seconds. All right, let me pause here. Let me bring this window here. I'm showing y'all live how I do my live reactions. So let's hide the One Piece logo. Well, actually, let me move it upwards here. And then let me bring my Windows capture for... All right. Okay, let me turn the sound on. Let me bring the sound up. All right, let's check this out. Let's check out this One Piece Film Red real quick.
Who
is that?
永遠の幸せか無限の牢獄かワンピースフィルムレッド
Yo! Shanks! Yeah! Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. Yes, sir! Yes! Yes, please. I need more of that in my life. Anything Shanks related is what I need in my life. Wow, I was actually able to put the One Piece logo at the correct place without realizing where the window was actually going to show up. How did I know that? How did I know that to put the One Piece logo above that? I didn't even know. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch One Piece Film Red. Let me move my logo back down here. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the newest chapter of One Piece. I need to go ahead and get started on My Hero Academia because for some odd reason, some people have been a bit salty about the last chapter of My Hero Academia, but they'll get over it. So overall, I'm looking forward to reading the next chapter. So that's all I got to say about One Piece. This chapter was really good. It's like one of y'all said, I believe, who was it? I think it was either Ogata. Yeah, it was Ogata-san. 8th of June or 6th of August. It's hard to tell, ain't it? But Ogata-san was this one who said that this seems like a setup chapter, and that's how it feels. So I'm actually looking forward to the next one and see if this setup pays off, which I feel that it will. So that's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, on to My Hero Academia. And later, peoples!